the most surface area of the face the entire time as well.
He has been fitted, and now we are going to get it on. Thank you.
Up next, Hello, basketball fans. You've got it. And powering into the first week of the new year, here's a brand new look at the power rankings. You take a look at the 76ers. They're still dominant, sitting at number 1 once again.
And, you know, right now, the Grizzlies, they're obviously trending in a positive direction, but still working out some of those early season timing issues. But I have to say, I like what I'm seeing.
Look at the opening lineup for the Memphis Grizzlies. They've got Antetokounmpo, Brogdon out there with Hardaway. And there's Rashawn Holmes. And it's Johnson in at the small forward. And for Philadelphia, they've got Paul George. Buddy Hield is out there with Wall. Then there's Marvin Bagley. And it's Thompson in at the 5. And so it's the 76ers getting on the board first.
You know, growing up in Greece, Giannis Antetokounmpo was so poor, he and his older brother, Thanasis, had to share a pair of tennis shoes. I mean, how about how far he's come since then? Now he's the first foreign-born player ever with his own Nike signature shoe.
And here is Hardaway following the three-pointer by John Wall. And again, Memphis no good.
He has to make that one. I mean, you have to make the defense pay when they slough off of you like that.
Count it.
And creating a little separation here, gaining some confidence.
Yeah, you get the sense that they're going to start stretching this lead out a little bit.
And Clark, they say back in Greece, all of Giannis's basketball shoes were hand-me-downs from his teammates.
Greg, nothing like not having enough to drive you to get more. I mean, clearly, you think about Giannis and his background and where he is now, he and Thanasis oftentimes would take turns playing in the game, swapping the same pair of shoes. Those days are long behind both of them.
Took him no time at all on that one.
Brogdon extremely confident because he knows he has the green light to fire off the catch.
And Wall kicks to Hield. Passes to Thompson. Bagley in the post. Guarded by Hardaway. And there it is for him.
And he's just an attacking player. A guy who doesn't mind a little contact. Bagley there with a strong finish.
Hardaway passes to Giannis. Knocks it loose. All with it. Now guarded by Antetokounmpo. And the rejection by Antetokounmpo. And here we go. The Grizzlies on a fast break. Pass to Brogdon. 1:25 left in the first quarter. Pass to Giannis. Just 5 on the clock. And it's off the back rim. No good. Philadelphia leading by 5. Shot by Hield. Nobody around. And good. Coming off the assist by Wall.
Oh, great ball movement there.
For Memphis, they've gone 2 of 6 from the field. Hardaway kicks to Johnson. Memphis moving it around. Brogdon looking it over. Now the 76ers on the break. Pulls up. Hield can't hit. The Grizzlies trail by 8. Here's Holmes. And the layup's good off the glass.
I tell you what, it's almost like stealing to watch how he plays the game from this seat.
Hield outside. First quarter of play and just over 3.5 minutes in. The shot by George, no good.
Total breakdown from the defense there. I mean, he'll usually take advantage when that's the case.
And the whistle blows as the basket counts and a 3-point play chance right here. One free throw coming up.
Boy, for such a young player, the razor-sharp focus of Antetokounmpo, really impressive. I mean, a muscular guy who still makes baskets despite getting hit in the process. He's not wide, but he is muscular.
The 3 from George hangs home the trifecta. George has got 5 points so far.
And, you know, that's one of George's go-to shots. He's a three-point shooter who spaces the floor well.
And so it's the Philadelphia 76ers. And when when asked to compare himself to LeBron James.
I know if I put the work in, maybe.
And Greg, that's the humble, hard-working approach we've come to expect from Giannis.
You know, he's not interested in putting himself on a pedestal. Enough people do that for him. He just wants to become the best he can be and win rings.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter in this one. And what stands out to you guys from the 76ers in this one?
Well, they used the fast break to generate some easy buckets before the defense could get set.
And, you know, for them guys, it's all about tempo. Keep the pressure on and do so as much as possible.
Paul George is out there with Bagley. Then it's Hield, and it's Wall, and it's Thompson in at the 5 spot. That's the group on the floor for Philadelphia. Clark, what do you think is the most important thing a player has to focus on when it's this early in the season?
I think a couple of things, Kevin. One is just doing your job, understanding how you best do your job for your team, and then getting comfortable with your teammates and being able to handle the nuances of game plans as you approach different opponents, the mental aspect of getting ready to perform at a high level.
Here's Wall, following the score by Memphis. Lobbed up there for Thompson. Hardaway with the steal. And here we go, the fast break with Giannis. And the pass to Brogdon. Good. And it's Giannis picking up the assist.
Nice awareness from the young forward. Giannis Antetokounmpo showing he wants to work it to his guys.
Wall taking his time here. Passes it to Thompson. On the wing, George. Antetokounmpo defending. Count that one.
When PG-13 is feeling it, he can be an absolute monster from mid-range.
Brogdon outside. Pass to Giannis. Fades back. That one wide left.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look.
The Grizzlies trail by 4.
Giannis Antetokounmpo has said he doesn't want people calling him the MVP because he doesn't want to relax. He said he fears failure, so he has got to get better.
Now here's Wall, following the miss by Giannis.
And the long reach of Antetokounmpo, I mean, stretches for days. And because of that, he's excellent at challenging shots.
And a sharp pass to set up that high percentage shot in close.
And Philadelphia decides to take their first timeout right here. This game coming on the heels of their win against Chicago.
They shot the lights out from deep, really stretched out the defense in that one.
There's all kind of talk in the game today about stretching the floor, because when you do that, everything else just becomes a little easier.
Wall against Brogdon, and it's Wall. That time the assist by Thompson. Wall's got 5 now. Well, Greg, there's been some debate. What do you think? Is Giannis the best player right now in the world?
I tell you what, if there's a conversation, he has to be in it. You know, some people might go with Kawhi, Kevin Durant. He's coming back. LeBron James is there as well. But Giannis is probably the guy to lead that conversation.
.54 seconds left to play here in the second quarter. Pass to Johnson. Shot clock at 6.
Able to guard multiple positions, Bagley's athleticism and speed helps a ton on this end.
George, no good.
With the defense refusing to give up anything easy, love seeing that kind of intensity.
Philadelphia leading by 4. The 3. Good on the triple. George has got 5 points now in the quarter.
His shooting has been outstanding. Definitely one of the reasons they're up in this game.
It's stolen by Bagley. It's stolen by Antetokounmpo. Out of bounds. It'll be 76ers ball. We've got 13 seconds left here in the second. George looking over the floor. Outside, Wall. With 1 on the clock. And that shot was up in time, but doesn't go in. And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
And guys, some say the shooting guard position has been a little thin, but and that does it for our.
And we hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. We're halfway through the game. You look at Antetokounmpo, and this game has been everywhere.
The way he was able to finish on the block was incredible there in that first half.
Yeah, you know what? I think he's doing exactly what he has to do. Using his body, shaking off contact, and then finishing at the rim.
Our second half of basketball, and presented by Gatorade. Let's see who's all fueled up and on the floor to start the third. So on the floor for Memphis, Tim Hardaway Jr. out there with Brogdon. Then it's Johnson, and there's Rashawn Holmes, and it's Antetokounmpo in at the power forward position.
I tell you what, it's absolutely foolish and futile to let Antetokounmpo get space to sprint towards the rim. I mean, the dunks he jams home are just downright filthy, ugly, nasty, wicked.
You can't look at the result of that shot. They'll take that whenever they get it.
Well, you know, I hear you. That's a good look, but when you're that wide open, I think you got to knock it down.
Coming off a big game, his confidence couldn't be higher, and coach knows it.
Showing no signs of slowing or cooling down. They're going to ride him as far as he can take him.
The 76ers leading by 4. Outside, George. And the basket is good, and he's got a chance here for one more at the line.
Boy, a nice show of strength that time from Paul George, absorbing the hit and still carving out space to get the shot to go down.
That free throw good from George. And a minute played as the second half gets going. Brogdon outside. On the wing, Giannis. He's feeling it. Tried to bank it in, but he misses. And here's George. He'll bring it up for the 76ers.
And you can't help but see the impact Thompson has in the paint. On both ends of the floor, he's a rock planted near the rim. Very strong legs that help him get to so many of those rebounds.
Now, here is George. He's got 13. Antetokounmpo pulls it in. Antetokounmpo's got 7 rebounds in the game. The shot's good on the assist by Johnson. Johnson's got 4 assists in the game. And with Thompson, as you said, Greg, once he's planted in the paint, good luck.
I mean, think about it. About 40% of his rebounds are on the offensive end. He just refuses to get moved or boxed out. Combine that with his hunger on that end of the floor, and you see why he's such a great rebounder.
This is his first free throw of the game.
And converted more than 4 out of every 5 free throw attempts last year, so just solid at the line.
And guys, if a game was coming down to the wire and an opponent needed to foul, I mean, he was the guy they wanted with the ball in his hands. I mean, shooting the free throws because of his proficiency there.
Hield, the 17-footer goes down. Hield's got 5 now.
Yeah, you know, John Wall is so masterful as a floor general. He's a real maestro out there, terrific at finding the open guy on time and on target.
Now, here's Brogdon. 17-foot shot on the way. Count it, and the 76ers lead has been cut down now to just 6 points with that basket from Antetokounmpo. There's 1:17 left in the third quarter. And here's George for 3. That's his 6th field goal today, and that makes him now 6 for 11.
And this is someone that can really hurt you from long range. He did that to a degree in the first half, and he's doing it now.
The pass to Johnson. Memphis moving that ball around. Holmes kicks to Brogdon. Kicks it out to Johnson. 6 to shoot. And it's sent back by George.
Terrific focus from George there, reading the shooter the entire way through. A great shot block. It does not get much easier than that, but somehow he came up empty there.
Floats it up for Giannis.
Oh, and just a soft touch on both ends of that pretty alley.
I got to say, when he threw the pass, I didn't know where it was going.
Neither did the defense.
It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Thompson dishes to George. Good work defensively by Holmes.
Well, he has not been sharp this period. Seems to be a little flustered out there, too.
And Hardaway gets it to go.
Boy, you cannot let Hardaway Jr. get going like this, guys. I mean, once he's in that rhythm and flow, it's bad news for the defense.
Outside, Wall. And he's going up for the alley-oop. The third quarter comes to a close. 76ers lead by 4. A chance now to hear Jason Kidd talking to his team moments ago.
Understand something. Keep talking on the defense.
Well, this has been a great contest so far, and I imagine the fourth quarter could have even more action in store for us. They've got Tristan Thompson. Marvin Bagley is out there with Paul George. Then there's Buddy Hield, and it's Wall in at the point guard position. That's the group in the game for the 76ers. Shot is good, and the 76ers lead is cut down to just 2 points on the bucket from Antetokounmpo. And Wall kicks to Thompson. Passes it to George. And the rejection by Holmes. Stolen by Brogdon. And now the fast break. Brogdon with the ball. A huge slam, the perfect end of the fast break.
Love how Brogdon runs when the break is on, determined to beat everybody down the floor.
Count that one.
And guys, all about hard work from this point on. They've worked hard to create that high-quality shot and then able to knock it down.
Now here's Hardaway. Inside, here's Johnson. Count the basket and the foul. That one on George.
And it's official. They have come all the way back. At one point, this thing seemed to be out of reach.
I did not think they had enough clock to get all the way back, but here they are. And now they've got to feel like they're in control of this thing.
76ers trailing. Thompson outside. Back to George. Lays it up off the glass.
Yeah, excellent determination there from George. This wasn't going to be denied. Fighting off the physical contact and nailing the shot over good defense.
Now here's Hardaway. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. That one is on Hield. And a moment now to quickly take a look at the offensive approach for the 76ers.
Well, I got to say, one thing that stuck out all game is the consistent penetration they've got.
And you've always heard of guys being in a zone shooting, but you can be in a zone passing the basketball, and we've seen that tonight as well.
Here's Wall. Shoots over Brogdon. Wall, no luck. The Grizzlies have gotten all 3 of their shots to drop here in the fourth quarter. They came out of the break on a roll. Wasted no time on that one. Hardaway has got the lead up to 3 now for the Grizzlies.
It's been like this all night for both teams. The offenses having their way.
Any lull in the action so far has been short-lived because there have been nothing but buckets in this one.
Brogdon the pass to Giannis. And the dunk by Giannis.
Well, I tell you, the future of the Greek Freak is extremely bright. I mean, he really has shown the ability to deliver in important spots of game.
Timeout called the 76ers. They're trailing by 5. A minute 50 left in the fourth quarter. And now we present our New Balance player of the game, Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Yeah, and his performance has been a jaw-dropper. He must have been feeling great coming into the building tonight because once he hit the court, it was all working for him. He was in a zone.
Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
Well, during the break, I listened in on Doc Rivers talking to the team. He warned them they've got to get back in transition. He said they've given up way too many fast break points, and he said we have to slow the pace of the game down and force them into taking some tough shots. Kevin?
Here's Giannis. Paul George making his last shot. Giannis is double. Pass to Holmes. Brogdon with it. Covered by Wall. Bagley against Antetokounmpo. Rebound by the 76ers. Thompson's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. To the inside. Hield. Up bucket is good. He'll have a chance for one more. Tim Hardaway picks one up.
And that is a big-time performance. I like how Hill embraces the responsibility of being the alpha dog on that one. Yeah, big play on the front end to finish, despite getting hacked there, and big on the back end to hit the free throw.
Now here's Young. Holmes finds Johnson. To Holmes, stolen by George. And here we go. George heading to the hoop. Yes!
Well, Paul George has been sensational.
Timeout called, the Grizzlies. They're trailing by 2. 43 seconds left to play here in the fourth. Seconds left here in the fourth quarter. On the wing, George launches it. Trifecta!
Hey, you know that George is going to take the shot when the game is up for grabs. I mean, that's who he is, and that's what's expected of him. He's an exceptional decision maker in these situations, which makes it even more obvious.
Timeout called, the Grizzlies. They're down by 5. 29 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. Seconds left in the fourth quarter. Brogdon kicks to Antetokounmpo. And again, Memphis no good. Here's Philadelphia. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. And so they foul intentionally. First free throw is good, and that increases their lead to 6.
And George has learned a lot, and I think continues to evolve as a leader. He relishes the chance to deliver for this team.
And that will add to a healthy lead after that trip to the free throw line.
Now here's Wall. So the 76ers win it. It was a David, thank you as always. Thank you for joining us. That'll do